You guys, I'm gonna end in 3 minutes. If we don't get to 500 donuts, honestly,
Okay.
Mocha, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, you said it's in 4K.
Yes, that first video, you'll see Peach. And if you guys see the live go down, that's because I ended because we didn't get to 500 donuts. But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm not opposition page. It's a tight ship. Hey, that's what Essence said. Hey, pretty. A motherfucker talking. I know it wasn't Peach. Oh yeah, y'all, it wasn't him. And I'm thinking, okay, I done did that for y'all. Now I can go on about my business. Then next thing I know, a motherfucker talking about, well, that opposition is not Peach, but it's another one.
The video sound?
The 304, that's the one that's IconPeach. I don't have to say anything behind.
Hold on, Mocha.
Because I
So
don't
the
give a
other
fuck
day,
about
I was playing a video that was freshly uploaded, and it kind of skipped like that too. And then I waited a few minutes, and it wasn't doing that no more. I had refreshed and came back in. So just give it a second. Just give it a second, because that happened to me the other day when I watched the video. You guys, I need y'all to spam donuts or hit the CA and send like $100, like for real. Not for real.
And hey, good morning, everybody. And why don't y'all just send me $1 million? I'll take it.
You're not gonna take it from over here.
Just send me $1 million.
Nobody has ever heard me call him opposition. I don't care about that part because I don't be knowing who these fake people is. I don't give a fuck about that. But and then too, I ain't never thought he was cookie. I don't know shit about opposition. What? Ooh, love a girl. What I care about is the fact that he not finna play with me like I was him. He's literally describing him as me. You came in here and you manipulated a whole lot of shit. I used to be on his live and he used to be playing with me in my face. I say something or something important and he'll and play with me, like literally playing in my face.
What do you think drew your attention to him? Because it was a lot of us was fucked up that you couldn't see what we were seeing, and you usually see what we see before we see it.
Right, but you also see me give everybody their own chance to fuck up. Do y'all remember when I left the Applicant Comedy Show? And when I came back, oh my God, this shit is so fucking tiring because
to me.
I can't listen. The thing is, like,
Hey, cousin Jay.
when I came back to the app, everybody was. Yeah,
Everybody was I need everybody to be kung fu fighting with them goddamn donuts.
So when I came back to the app, everybody was talking about don't fuck with Siobhan. Siobhan this and Siobhan that. What did I do? What did I do? I fucked with Siobhan. I gave Siobhan the same chance that I give everybody else because I didn't know her. You could ask $2. Everybody was saying, hey, we don't fuck with her. Y'all had already had y'all own experience. But I ain't do that shit. I gave her own.
For Siobhan.
Just leave it on you and Peach.
I stopped fucking. Shut the fuck up, brother. That's what
Ask
leads to me
the
and Peach.
question.
That's what leads to me and Peach.
If you two don't stop.
Nah, for real, like, hold on, I need to smoke because this shit finna aggravate the fuck out
Yeah,
of
hit
me.
that bitch one time.
It's really finna aggravate me because I let this bitch around. I let this bitch talk to my kids.
Yeah,
My
y'all
kids
was
is liking that
super
bitch.
duper close. Yeah, y'all
And
had
I
a
don't
different.
fuck with nobody fucking with my kids and y'all fuck with me for real.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, it's working out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Page, please stop saying this shit. Hey, Peach. That's what Essence said. Hey, Peach. I know it wasn't Peach. I told y'all it wasn't him. And I'm thinking, okay, I done did that for y'all. Now I can go on about my business. Then next thing I know, a motherfucker talking about, well, that opposition is not Peach, but it's another one. It's the 304. That's the one that's IconPeach. I don't have to say anything behind a fake fucking page. And that's another bone I got to pick with that bitch. Lab keep running her mouth talking about I was on a Sprite page. Anything I had to say, I can say from my own mouth. Why do I gotta hide behind a fake page and say something to you?
He wasn't saying it to me.
Why?
He was saying it to Hypey Mikey. That's why you were on the
Y'all
back.
say diabolical shit to each other every day on this motherfucker and be back friends by the end of the week. Like I said, y'all have talked about each other's kids, family members. Y'all have did horrible shit to each other. And will be back cool in 2 to 3 business days. But for whatever reason, I have said the slightest shit to y'all, and it's like I can't move on from that shit. I just don't fuck with him. I just can't stand him. But this motherfucker done called your mama 20 bitches and then talked about how ugly your daughter is, and y'all back laughing and giggling. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
Maybe your words probably did eat them up. Because if you notice that to be the difference, and everybody is kind of saying the same things, maybe your words were the things that really just ate them up that they can't get over. Because
I don't think it's my words, Manny. I think it's the fact that I don't want to play.
All right, it's messing up again.
Okay, so pause it real quick so that it can catch up, because I think that's what it's doing. Y'all, I am eating a slice of birthday cake, okay? This is going to be my birthday cake for August, so I'm eating a slice of cake. Raspberry filling, buttercream icing on yellow cake with vanilla bean ice cream. I don't care how you guys feel. I'm childish, okay?
Cause did you have your coffee too? But Lab, I want to ask a quick question. I'm being serious. How did you and Peach get here though?
Because he want a storyline. He want to be back over here. And he know he fucked up too bad with that Sprite page, fucking with Hypey Mikey, and all that shit popped off. And so you know how people just let people
Because this finna rehatch. And I heard a few FOEs saying this morning they tired of old mess, but this is finna bring out a lot of old motherfucking shit.
Okay, Brenda.
My mama called. I didn't hear what he said last.
It's because FOE is not Nitrotalk. He a part of FOE. He need a storyline. He ain't got nobody to fuck with but Laugh because everybody else don't fuck with him.
Didn't you say
unmodding
him though? What was that reason?
What happened?
Didn't Nietzsche say yesterday she was unmodding him?
Oh, I don't know.
That don't mean he gonna leave FOE.
Dickums, bitch, I just told you to hush up and come up on your real page. You just confirmed you on your fake page. Talk to me on your real page. Y'all some scary folks.
The only reason why I'm his story right now is because I was really his friend for real. And I should have left him the fuck alone when everybody else left him. I really shouldn't have fucked with
That
him.
nigga gonna come back 2 months from now and say, Laugh, girl, you know I was trying to get my feedback in. You know I love you. You know how
he's gonna
messy
inbox me
is.
how he been inboxing me. When
he gonna
was
try to cover the
inboxing me-
shit up on the back end.
When he was inboxing me that he was sorry, I apologize. Why you keep apologizing to me if I'm the fucking problem?
Mocha, see if it's skipping still.
I want to say something so bad, but I don't want to fuck up my standards with the community.
No, say it, Poozie.
I'm finna say it. He think that's how women do. He think that we fuck with each other, cuss each other, argue, apologize.
It's just that I really don't see the point. I can't speak for none of y'all, but I never really had no deep hatred towards none of y'all. Like I said, if I'm being honest, even with Trina, the root of our issues was always Laugh. What times when I first met Trina,
bullshit. How he gonna put it on you?
Y'all gotta hear
conversation.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't have a real issue with her. I didn't start feeling away or looking at her crazy until Laugh was telling me, Trina be texting me saying that you know, why I'm cool with you, why I'm fucking with you. And I was like, why the fuck is she doing it? And then Laugh was on the other end saying, well, I don't fuck with her, I don't talk to her, I be ignoring her ass. And then the whole time, they still talking and laughing and giggling.
All right, it's messing up again.
Boy, say
Go all the way out and come back in, because some people are saying that they were watching it and it didn't skip.
Paige, please stop saying that shit. Hey, Paige. That's what Essence said. Hey, Paige.
so I don't care what y'all say. This man is literally lying. Did y'all hear me and Trina yesterday talking about how our relationship was just so up and down, and we done got into it, and you know
He's trying to get Trina to turn on you, but if you had been back then around Laugh back then, don't Laugh did cross Trina a little bit, and I'm gonna say yes.
Lie.
Hush up, pause.
No, you hush the fuck up. Don't lie on me. I ain't never crossed Trina.
Let me finish.
No, I ain't never crossed.
Trina still is not gonna turn against Laugh, so he can say whatever he want to say and try to put out there. But Trina
nobody on this beach. That's what's so fucked up.
Laugh has never crossed.
I ain't never crossed
always
nobody.
This ain't his first time saying it though. This is not his first time saying it. He done said that before.
Brenda's just down there on some hoe shit. I ain't never crossed nobody.
I ain't on no hoe shit, girl. He have said that shit before, and you know the boy have.
I don't give a fuck what he said. He a fucking
used to be
liar.
closing on the back end talking and stuff, but she still wasn't gonna turn on you.
Nigga.
$2 said you and her got into it because of Siobhan too.
Yeah, we did. And it was fucking innocent. When I got into it with $2, I said something that was a mistake. And she took it literal. And I apologized to $2 for making the word mistake. But it wasn't even no reason for me and $2 to get into it. $2 was one of the ones that said, don't fuck with Siobhan, we don't fuck with her. And I still fucked with her because the lady hadn't done nothing to me yet.
Yeah, it's cold in this bitch.
Yeah, cold over
like,
here
ain't
too.
nobody finna.
Brenda, you was around them when
the thing is, I'm gonna tell you what.
Girl, I've been around for a long time. I've been around with all that shit. That's why I said this shit is crazy. I was trying to see how I did it start back up, because this finna bring a whole lot of motherfuckers.
And it probably need to bring it back up. Shit.
I mean, being honest, if this what he looking for, I don't know how it's gonna make him look. I don't know what he's trying to get out of this look.
Yeah, I'm talking about the way that he's making it seem like I just fucked over somebody. No. When me and $2 got into it, I said, you ain't never sent me nothing over $25. And that was wrong because she had sent me $50 for Kel going to the Navy. And so even before that, $2 just used to, for no fucking reason, just cash at me. And
Sweet.
And I had to apologize to $2 because what I said was wrong. And when I said it, she took it the wrong way.
That's not how I started, Laugh. That's not
It is how
I
it
came
started.
no, it's not. I came in your live one day, and me and Siobhan got into it, and you kept dropping me because of her. You said I flex with Siobhan, so I'm picking her over you, and you kept dropping me out of your box. That was the start of me and you going downhill. Later on that day is when we had that real big blow up, but it started because you chose Siobhan and you kept dropping me out of your box, and you wouldn't let me speak. That's how me and you started getting into it. So you did cross me because you inserted yourself in me and Siobhan shit.
Okay, so and let me tell you this. So we was on my live, right?
We was on your live.
We was on my live, and so Siobhan was in that beach, and y'all was going back and forth. But you was cussing so motherfucking hard that you was gonna get my motherfucking live taken down.
No,
I kept
they
putting
weren't going
you down
down like that, Laugh.
$2.
Nope. You literally said I fucks with Siobhan. Those was your words. So I'm gonna keep dropping you. Then I started going off on you in the comments. Look at the comment. Look at the chat downstairs. That's
So I
literally how
wasn't
that shit
dropping you
went.
for what you were saying. I was just
No,
dropping you
you were
because I
dropping me
fucked with
because you
Siobhan.
exactly.
So then me and you got
What
into
Pooza
it.
just said though.
No. Then me and $2 got into no. Then
And
me,
so after you
$2
started
and
dropping
Siobhan got
me,
into it on Diamond Live.
because you started dropping me, that's why I was like,
Right.
oh,
Okay.
so now me and you got a problem because what the fuck you dropping me for? Why you picking sides? This ain't got nothing to do with you. So that's how it started.
Okay. So then we all got into it on Diamond Live. And that's when $2 went to her live because I said she had never sent me over $25 at a time. And so she went to her live and she showed the Cash App where she had sent me $50 for Kel going to the Navy. And I told her, my bad, I didn't remember that. But
I see one
regardless,
second you're loading. You gotta come back up.
and so regardless, me and $2 shouldn't have got into it over Siobhan.
Smokey, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Y'all
I can
stand
tell you,
your
it's
neck.
not a friend. It's a co-signer. Laugh don't make friends. She finds co-signers. She finds people that will invest in her. I've listened to a mini sad story with Laugh. At the time, I believed her stories and I sympathized with her. But I would
Describing free money to me.
Yeah, I thought Laugh was an ally. She would kind of speak how she was an ally to the community and things of that nature.
I know.
And it's definitely disheartening, the way that she treats you and her speaking of being like an ally and things like.
I think she's an ally for McDonald's. She may be an ally for Popeyes or one of these restaurants. She may be an ally to them because she supports them financially and she loves to eat. But when it comes to the community and being a friend, definitely not. Definitely not. And so again, today, I want her to say their names and I want her to list all of these men that she has put out into the atmosphere that I have had relations with.
Well, did she ever speak to you about any of her other friends in the community?
The only thing that we ever talked about, and I'm gonna stop being shady and I'm gonna go back to being for real. The only thing that we ever talked about when it comes to friends is that she had a cousin that was of the community and she spoke about the relationship with her cousin. And that was kind of it. She talked about what she saw going on with her cousin and how they moved in certain men. And so she could pick up on certain things and certain moves that men would make. And she would say, "No, Peach, I think so-and-so is they suspect because I had a cousin. I know how to deal. I know how to download me in art. I know how to download me and move." And so we would have those conversations. And again, Laugh would be in support of me. Laugh would be like, "Nah, Peach, you right. You ain't did nothing wrong." I'm telling you, Laugh moves whichever way the check is coming. So when I was in my prime on TikTok and I had a good amount of support, Laugh loved me. And when Laugh realized, well, now this person got the numbers and this person got the support, that's what she chose to go into a line with. And I'm not mad at that. Again, she's a bottom feeder. Like, she wants to go where the money is because that's where she gets her coins from. But don't say that you're my friend. Don't sit on panels and cry and lie and act like we were just best friends when you was doing weird shit like that. Hey, Tia.
Is weird as hell because every
Motherfucker
fucking
is
thing he's
lying.
saying,
It
it
just got
really
me
sounds like
thinking,
Laugh would be able to say it
like you
more than
said that
he
y'all were
should.
never friends, and then
Man,
like
sir, this is
the
some
way
whole ass
she
shit.
is kind of perpetuating.
Let me take it all the way back.
Relations
Because like I
now.
said, at this point, I'm done with her, so I ain't even finna spare her no more. Let me take it all the way back. Let me go back to Siobhan. Let's go all the way back to when I first came on TikTok. Me and Siobhan were cool. I had met Siobhan because I was in this boy named Michael. I don't know if y'all know Michael. He's a battler now, but I was in Michael's live. And one day Siobhan was in his panel, and I really liked her energy. I was like, Siobhan, this Siobhan girl funny. And so I think I followed her, and I came into her live later on that night. And Boss Diva and all them was in the live. And I was like, Miss London was there. I was like, well, I like Siobhan live. Like, we having fun, we laughing, we was talking about dumb shit. And Siobhan don't always talk the best. And I ain't finna dog past Siobhan because I'm past it. But what I will say is Siobhan don't always talk the best when she's communicating. I'm gonna say that. And so we had got a group chat, a group text, and we had exchanged numbers, and we would be in there talking about stuff that happened on TikTok, just like everybody do. And I remember, I think we had a fallout, or we had a disagreement or something, and Lav had reached out to me, and she said, can I ask you something? And I was like, what's up? And I'm paraphrasing. This has been over 2 years now. I don't have that number no more, so it's like word for word, but I'm just paraphrasing. I was like, what's up? And we got on the phone, and she was like, I don't like how Siobhan talks to you. I thought y'all knew each other off the app. I said, I just met her through the app. I don't know her off the app. And she was like, yeah, I don't like how she talked to you. And then she done disrespected me before in the past. And I was like, wow, like really? And Lav was telling me her story of how she felt like Siobhan had disrespected her. And so from there, I began to trust Lav. I'm thinking, well, this is my homegirl. Like she done put me up on game, and she riding with me, and she supporting me. So again, I don't know how many of y'all remember. A few days later, I think maybe she had a live. Either she had a live or Bella had a live. One of them had a live. And this was way before we got the Bella Leon show. This is when Bella was just a panelist on Diamond Show. We went into that live, and Laugh was like, yeah, I'm going to put some shit on the floor because I'm tired of these fake motherfuckers. I'm from Dallas, you know, I'm from Oak Cliff. You know, that same bullshit that she do. And so I came up in the panel, and that's when I first started talking shit about Siobhan. And then Bella had came up in the panel, and Bella had expressed how she felt, because I think her and Siobhan had. So that's how all of that even initiated. Because Laugh had reached out and was like, I'm going to support you because I see how she do you and I don't like this shit. But then in 2024, you on Breaking panel telling Siobhan, I apologize, Siobhan. You never did nothing to me. It was the other person that had us at odds with each other. The fuck? You're older than me, Lav. How did I have you at odds with Siobhan? You chose to get in this shit. And you're the one who initiated the conversation about her. Not saying that she put a battery in my back because I'm a grown-ass man. I chose to separate from Siobhan. But a lot of how that was handled was due to Lav kind of telling me, like, nah, friend, like, you're not wrong in how you feel. I don't like that shit. You supported a lot of shit, and you co-signed a lot of shit privately, but then you come on TikTok and act like, oh, he been a problem, and I've been saying shit, and I've been checking him. You've never checked me. I think I heard her say that on the live yesterday. He came to my live crying, and I said, get the fuck out of my face. Well, you couldn't walk a few months ago. And I tried so hard to find that DM thread between us, but I know for a fact, this girl said, Peach, I can't even walk and I'm crying about our friendship. I was looking at that like, what? So that's what I'm saying. On Monday, Laugh loved me. Oh, I love Peach. That's my friend. I love Peach. On Wednesday, I don't fuck with him. He messy. I don't fuck with him. On Saturday, Sunday, we cool. I ain't got no problem with him. You don't know what we are because you keep changing depending on who you around. I can't respect that shit. If we friends, we friends. If we not, we not. But we were never friends because you don't know how to be a friend to yourself. Then with the nowhere shit, since she wanted to bring him up yesterday, I dropped the ball on a friend in that situation. And I'm going to be 100% accountable. Whatever miscommunication we were having, I should have never started coming on my lives, venting about it, talking about it, because all that did was perpetuate to some people that there was more going on in that friendship. I fucked that up. And I was hold myself accountable for that.
Bitch, you thought that man was your boyfriend.
A person laugh.
Hold on, pause. Pause, Mocha. Pause. Cause you bitch, you thought that man was your motherfucking boyfriend, hoe.
Boyfriend.
You thought that man was your motherfucking boyfriend. I'm on the back end telling you chill on that motherfucking man. You on my motherfucking phone calling me hollering about, Lab, I miss nowhere.
I clock the old shit. I want y'all to clock some new shit. I want some receipts and some stuff that were really said.
Brenda,
why
please.
he disliked the man and BK at first?
Who?
Pete.
Why you think?
Oh, cause they were trying to get close to
He didn't want no
dying.
competition with Manny.
He
Manny
don't
was
like
his
no competition. He want to be the only. He want to be
That's
the
some
only
old
one.
shit we keep talking about right there. I want y'all to put some shit on the floor.
No, okay. So even with Nowhere, that motherfucker was playing with Nowhere, and Nowhere was really. I feel like Nowhere was really probably trying to be a friend because he lying on me. Nowhere is the one who said he had an uncle or a cousin or somebody who was of the community, and he understood Peach, and that's where they back and forth started. I don't really know the conversations that they had, them affirmations, recordings, and shit that he had. I don't know nothing about that, but I know that that man literally Nowhere left because he like, damn, everybody thinking me and Peach go together. But me trying to be a friend of Peach, I'm looking at Nowhere like you doing him wrong because I know y'all talk, but on the app you treating him like y'all not close. But really, Peach was making it to me like they was closer than they ever were. And when Nowhere actually talked to me and or text me back and forth and let me know, I apologize to Nowhere because if y'all remember, me and Peach was so close. I went to Nowhere. I went to the live Nowhere was in and told him he was wrong for how he was doing Peach. Nobody remember that, huh? I was riding for that motherfucker. And this, oh, shit, we ain't got to worry about the flow being clean no more. Go on and push play, Mocha.
And he moving weird, friend. It's something ain't right. I know a down low nigga when I see one, friend. I'm telling you, it's something weird with him. It's like, you was doing all of that. And then fast forward to the hype mic bullshit, and she gonna say in a panel, well, I couldn't save Nowhere, but I'm gonna save hype mic. I'm tired of him doing me and like this on the app. I can't respect you, bro. Like,
Right.
you so fucking flip-floppy. You're so fucking flip-floppy. You held my hand and cried with me and all that privately, and then come on TikTok and try to go against me and act like I'm just the worst person. You're full of shit. And looking back at all of this shit as I'm saying it, if she was doing it to me, I don't know why I didn't see her doing it to Trina. But that was my friend. And like I said, when she was telling me, I don't fuck with Trina, she be texting me that, I really was believing, laughing, being like, well, damn. And then Trina be getting on live cussing and doing all this shit too. So I was like, well, damn, you know, it's accurate. But seeing the games that she done played with me, that's the same shit you did to that girl.
Yeah, I hate that Lab chose to do you in such a manner. Like, I really hate that.
Trina, I will say this. If you can come up and have an adult conversation, I don't mind talking to you. But if you gonna come up and be yelling and all of that, I don't want to do that. Because at this point, I feel like so much shit has been put out that's not even accurate. I'm just sharing my experience with this individual. What was you saying, Manny?
Yeah, no, I was just saying Trina did admit to that she had to do some growing, and a lot of things back in the days were kind of probably on her and not other people. So I'm sure she probably would be open to some things.
And I mean, I've been disrespectful to Trina, and I've said stuff to her that was unwarranted. We all have a phase to go through. I had a phase to go through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna just act like I've always had it together and had the best jobs. Hell, I had to work overnight at Walmart at one point. So you know what I'm saying? Everybody that had that shit they had to get through. But again, the foundation of a lot of my animosity towards this girl was because of the shit that Laugh was putting in my ear towards her. And I don't know if Laugh was doing it purposefully, but I feel like, because again, they had been on the app prior to me being on the app. So I feel like it was like I'm moving from you to this person. And then when it don't work out, she want to jump back over there with her again. Again, she don't have a leg to stand on. And so when me and Trina be going back and forth, why not be the big sis you claim to be and say, hold on, because I done talked about both of y'all, or I done said stuff to both of y'all. Let me clear the air and resolve this. Because it could have been that simple. But it would be times that I would say shit to Trina, she would sit back and laugh at it. Get her ass peed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would encourage the shit. But then when you mad at me and you cool with Trina, is that true? Trina, I'm for you, fuck him. It's like, you're the problem. And again, Laugh is older than me and Trina. Again, taking accountability for myself. I chose to do certain shit that was wrong to Trina. So I'm not going to act like Laugh is a scapegoat and everything was her fault. I'm not going to do that to her. I'm going to take some accountability. But the foundation of me and this girl's problems stemmed from you. And you're not going to skate out of this shit. So if you want to talk about the truth and tell the truth, tell the motherfucking truth. But Laugh don't know how to be honest. Laugh want to lie and deflect and change the fucking narrative. Which is why she wanted to try to say, I know all these men you slept with. What are you talking about? Name them. Say their names. I'm still waiting for her to say their names. And I want these men to come live and address her. Fuck all of that. I ain't finna come on the live. I'm gonna ignore Laugh. I'm gonna take the high road. I want her to get checked like she ain't been checked before.
Talk to him.
Never touched the motherfucker on this app. But she sure was screaming from her live that she knew people I done been with, so I'm waiting for her to say their names. And until she can do that, me and her ain't talking about shit.
The men not gonna come in.
Talking about shit anyway, because you a fucking liar.
The names per se, that would be cringy if Laugh would be trying to go that route of exposing some people that the people don't even know about. So hopefully Laugh doesn't choose that. But what I will say again, that I said earlier, is that I can definitely see a conversation of Laugh having, because what she did make clear is that even her and her current friend would wonder off the app on the back end about how Trina would be treating them or something Trina might have would have done. And so I could believe you as well, being somebody that was once Laugh's friend, air quote, I could see her doing that. So I definitely think you're telling the truth. I really do.
Yeah, I didn't know Trina to have a dislike towards her. And like I said, I remember, because I do remember certain stuff. We was in some live, and I remember Trina talking about this because I looked at her differently when she said it. We were talking about being of the community and being Black and what that experience was like, and how families accepted us in certain experiences we had. And when Trina was talking, I was like, this girl really is a smart girl. Like, she be cutting up, but she's not no dumb girl. Like, she can hold a conversation. She's very intellectual. And I really looked at her in a different light. And I just think that it was little petty stuff. And again, people like Laugh that caused it to kind of not grow further. Again, not saying that me and her was going to end up being the best of friends, but I don't think it had to go as far as it did.
Yeah, so let me say this real quick, Peach. As far as like any in-depth conversation, I think just knowing our personalities, it might be better in private if that's something that you want to do.
Yeah, we can talk in private. I don't mind doing that.
But let me just say
public.
Anybody that knew Trina from back in the day, Trina Taylor, however, whatever my name, y'all know my real name here. Anybody that knew me knew, like, regardless of what Lav said, Pav said, or Dav said, baby, I was a mother lover. Do you understand me? I was in a dark space. It really didn't take too much of nothing. You could have looked at me funny, and I felt it was wrong, and I would have went smooth on. So I don't want to put too much of that on her because, again, a lot of that was me, right? A lot of me and Peach's interactions was probably because me and Peach was in a bad space. I don't know.
Like how close I was to
But what I
Peach.
will say is I don't hold against people what they did in a dark space because I don't want nobody to do that to me, right? I want people to see my growth and see like, okay, the bitch was crazy. And I still am. But she's trying, she's growing. So we good, Peach. Like I said, if you want to have a conversation, we can. As far as what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and keep my opinion to myself. That's my growth for you. Because I feel like saying my opinion will cause me unnecessary drama. But I will send you my telephone number on this page. And like I said, we can have a conversation on the back end.
And I'll call you, and I want to say publicly, Trina, I apologize for the disrespect that I showed to you. Because like you said, we are all going through different phases and places in life. And a lot of that was unwarranted. And it was, again, partially me trying to be a friend to somebody or me trying to protect a friend and me just being petty. And you have grown a lot. You are doing better for yourself. And it's not really my place to continue to try to remind you of your past because nobody wants that done to them. So I want to apologize for that. And
I do accept your apology. But I want to say I don't feel you owe me one because, baby, we was in the pain. I will apologize to you as well, but we was in the pain, Peach. And me and you, we some readers, we some eaters. So when you in the pain, hey, you in the pain. And it would be one thing if I didn't get in the paint with you. There were some times I felt like you were being antagonistic, but I know you probably felt the same with me. So hey, we was in the paint. It is what it is. We not no more. So I'm gonna send you my number, and then like I said, we got a conversation if you feel like calling me.
I will.
Okay. I'm about to finish getting ready for work. Peach, I go to lunch at 2. So if you call me before then or after then, I don't get off till 7. So I'm not ignoring.
I'll call you like 2:05.
All right, that's cool. All right, bye y'all.
Bye.
Bye, Trina. This is so beautiful. I love this. It's so beautiful.
Oh shit, Lav, they finna talk today.
The fuck?
Pete, you're doing awesome.
If
You are
Trina
doing
trusts
so
him on the back
awesome.
end, that's
You
Trina.
go, Pete. This is a wonderful live. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Manny, what are you doing?
Observing.
I thought you had another question.
No, I'm just basking in the moments.
Yeah,
Donuts.
This is who I am at my core. I don't really want to argue with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I want to come on here, laugh, and have fun, and then get off the app. And I don't want to do like the hateful shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like releasing certain people that I was attaching myself to, it allows me to be in that space. Because I have to learn people from my experience. I think that Sophia just said that in the comments about seeing who people are. So much of my lens for certain people was through somebody else's eyes and what somebody else said about that person. And I really want to take the opportunity to get to know people for myself because I think everybody's experience with somebody is not the same. So that's why I'm at with it. But I'm still waiting for that list of names. I'm still waiting for that list because I just
waiting for it, man.
Diabolical to me to just lie like that and then stand on the lie and double down on the lie. Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping she don't come up with a list of names, but I'm also was thinking like, was her radar off because you insinuated that she was kind of like on the back end. I'm assuming seconding you in your interactions with some men or some men's interactions with you. And then it seems like later she kind of reneged on her radar.
See, that go to show y'all that people weren't around back then because it's obvious of who the list of names
tired of
was.
talking in code. Me and her talked about nowhere. My friend at the time. and she said she felt like he was down low.
Sexualize them in his
I
lives. That's why I
remember when he
stopped going.
Some coins, and y'all, I will give
he
y'all a
talked the way
list of
he
names
talked,
for a laugh.
and
I already know the names. Send me a few
And I
coins
fell
and
out
I
because
tell
I
y'all the
stood up
list,
to
and
that
Laugh don't
shit
want
in
to put it on the
March.
floor. I tell y'all the list of names. Oh,
Like,
they say he finna start saying name. Never mind, my bad.
kind of
so
tried
he
to put me
said
on
that,
the
oh,
and I played her them.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Listen, y'all. Just listen. Nah,
yeah,
listen.
we
We need
listening.
donuts. Let's listen.
Voicemails. If y'all ever heard the voice, I'm not gonna play it now. I'm gonna let it nowhere be. But I played her that voicemail, and she said, "Oh hell no, he gay. You should have played. You better than me, Peach. I would have played this shit on the live." And I was like, "Well, I didn't want to do that to him because I was kind of shocked how the situation had spanned out." So that was that situation. There wasn't another man that we really talked about other than Mike. That was kind of the next situation that me and her talked about. And it was very surface with him. But when certain things started to happen, like, cause I didn't know he was married. And again, just to be clear, there was never nothing going on between me and him. The man is straight. But I didn't know he was married. And I remember telling her, like, girl, you know that man married. And she was like, Peach, I didn't know that. And I was like, yeah, he married.
Do y'all
So
hear
it
me?
was stuff like that. But when shit started to go left,
Man.
tried to paint this narrative like, oh, you been coming to him and I been seeing how you talk to him and how you been wanting him. And I just thought that at that point it was like bullshit to me. Because it's like, you know that's not the truth. So why would you even help perpetuate that narrative? I don't think that them same men that be feeling like Laugh is a friend should consider her a friend any longer. Because Laugh isn't a friend, she's an opportunist. And whatever narrative she need to help paint, again, to get her a couple gifts, to get her a couple coins, that's the narrative that she's going to paint.
Now, I mean, I ain't really want to speak to this aspect, but it's kind of giving me this aspect. Do you think maybe in her past a LGBT man or woman might have taken one of her people? Like, I'm kind of seeing that in this with you and her's interaction. It's like she wants to be close, but she really don't like you, just to turn around and burn you. As if a LGBT might have taken one of her people.
Well, I don't know how many people she's had because from what she's always told me, she's been with the same man since 7th grade. And so she always says, I've had the same man for 21 years and we've dated since I was
You
7th
serious? How the
grade.
fuck did I get my son in?
I know that's what she always says.
No.
I don't know if he enjoys being intimate with her because when she would be live, she would always talk about having to get off and give head, never getting bent over. So I don't know if he was open to being, intimacy, but he probably enjoyed the head. And I mean, she do have some spaced out teeth, so I'm sure she wasn't biting it too much if it was anything to bite. So I don't know what her experiences have been. I really don't. But what I do know is that she kept changing the narrative. She kept doing it. And to me, that's not what a friend does. At any time in these situations, if you felt like I was in the wrong, why not say that in the moment? Like I said, with the first dude, you told me he was down low. Then when you get mad at me, you talking about he was justified and he was never like that. Like you're weird.
Pause 1 second.
I'm telling y'all, I'm so ready to talk to Trina. Like, I can't.
Hold on 1 second, Mocha. Did he say? Hold on. What? Did he say you said your man was down low?
Wait a minute, what you say?
Did he just say? Am I correct? Did he just say you said your man was down low?
Nah, I ain't hear
He said
that.
he knew that the men. I'm gonna say this because I gotta go.
Rewind
What
that shit
Peach
a little bit.
doing?
And
Yeah, you got to rewind because I thought I
Bring it
heard you
back.
say that. You got to go back a
Nah,
little
he
bit.
said I said that man was down low. He was talking about
Yeah,
nowhere.
but he was talking about you going
Yeah,
down
with
on
the
your
first
man, and he
dude,
only
you
ever
told me
wanted
he was
nothing but
down
head
low.
from you.
okay, wait a
I
minute.
mean, but the thing is, y'all, if y'all can't hear that this whole shit is a lie,
It was like bullshit.
Reverse
I have a
psychology.
fucking 6-year-old by this man. I can go fuck him now. We not even together. Stop playing.
All right, I'm gonna play it again, the download part.
To me, because it's like that's not the truth. So why would you even help perpetuate that narrative? I don't think that them same men that be feeling like Laugh is a friend should consider her a friend any longer. Because Laugh isn't a friend, she's an opportunist. And whatever narrative she need to help paint, again, to get her a couple gifts, to get her a couple coins, that's the narrative that she's going to paint.
Now, I mean, I ain't really want to speak to this aspect, but it's kind of giving me this aspect. Do you think maybe in her past a LGBT man or woman might have taken one of her people? Like, I'm kind of seeing that in this with you and her's interaction. It's like she wants to be close, but she really don't like you, just to turn around and burn you. As if a LGBT might have taken one of her people.
Well, I don't know how many people she's had because from what she's always told me, she's been with the same man since 7th grade. And so she always says, I've had the same man for 21 years and we've dated since I was in the 7th grade. And so I know that's what she always says. I don't know if he enjoys being intimate with her because when she would be live, she would always talk about having to get off and give head, never getting bent over. So I don't know if he was open to being, intimacy, but he probably enjoyed the head. And I mean, she do have some spaced out teeth, so I'm sure she wasn't biting it too much if it was anything to bite. So I don't know what her experiences have been. I really don't. But what I do know is that she kept changing the narrative. She kept doing it. And to me, that's not what a friend does. At any time in these situations, if you felt like I was in the wrong, why not say that in the moment? Like I said, with the first dude, you told me he was down low. Then when you get mad at me, you talking about he was justified and he was never like that. Like,
Okay, that was it. The first dude was down low. Y'all there?
Yeah, listen, I know I heard something about some down low.
Crazy.
So, I'm gonna be honest. This shit is so disturbing to me because one of the reasons why I stopped going to Peach's live is because of how he would do the room.
Coco Sunshine, I don't know what the hell y'all be listening to, baby. Y'all probably need to go out because I know y'all done heard that. That was said twice.
He said he was talking about nowhere.
Yeah, but we know we heard something about some down low.
Right, and I don't even have to speak to my baby daddy, my nigga being down low. I'm not speaking to that. If anybody has ever heard me
I mean, but you guys
say,
are still sexual. Like, I can't really, I've never sucked no pickle. So I don't know anything about stuff like that. But a man being into that, I don't think that's a problem. I like getting head. Now I only want it from a woman, but prior it's like it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So some people just prefer one thing over.
hey, that's not a thing, okay? That's not a thing. I do like to suck dick, but that follows with penetration.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That could just be your thing. It's probably not even his. It could just be something that you like to do for yourself. I like eating coochie. I do it for myself. You know,
It don't even have nothing.
so
That's
sometimes it's not just what your man may even prefer.
look. I don't care about none of that.
Shit, if your man give him all the
I
hell,
don't care about none of
hell.
that. I don't care about none of that.
So he did, babe. He did give you permission to give the names. He said he's waiting on the list.
I don't care about none of that, y'all. This really is exhausting because I really was a friend to him before I figured out who he really was. And if you have ever just sat in his lives back then when he used to go live, it was disgusting. I stopped going because every single time you in his live, the men that are in his lives get sexualized. There are men in his lives that you literally in your life saying, let's go to your OF. Oh, that dick look dry. But this man is literally saying he a heterosexual man.
So are you saying all the men that
Let
used
me
to sit on the
finish,
panel
Brenda.
back
Let me
then?
finish, Brenda.
Huh?
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead on.
Because I don't like that shit, okay? And if anybody, the thing is, he lying talking about a cousin or I'm familiar. No, if you really listen to me, I've always said that my best friend who's passed away was gay. I've always known about the community. If you've heard me say, nigga, my brother is gay. And when the niggas would come to the door for him, they were surprised that women answered. They didn't want to ask for him at that point. So the thing is, I'm going to go live on my own because I'm not going to be interrupted. Ain't nobody finna make it seem like I'm a bad fucking friend. I'm really a good friend. I'm too
See,
good of
I'm
a
not
friend.
making you seem like anything. It don't make sense to a lot of it don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I think that you guys were close friends. It seemed like it was much deeper than that. He had a relationship with your children. You confided in him about a lot of personal things. You confided in me about things, but no matter where we get, it's not coming to this app. You already know that. We didn't got catty with each other before. I have your number, I text you, whatever the case may be. And you can't make me feel a way about nobody if I don't want to feel a way about, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that much power. I do feel like he's making it seem like he's this helpless person and you influence this, you influence that. And that's why this happened. That's why I don't think it's all you. I don't, and if you were telling him that certain people were talking about him, I think it's like one of those, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't, you're a fake friend. If you do, you're being messy. And that's the reason that he has a witch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. But with him being on the internet, taking it there with you, like he's doing now, and him damn near daring you about these names. If you hinted around to it, because if I speak on these names, blah 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 blah, you got to stand behind that. Now he's saying, speak on it, put it out there. You don't have nobody. You have no reason to spare anybody anymore. I think that's the only thing that anybody is waiting on. I don't think it's anything else. I think you were a good friend. I think you told him when people had shit negative to say about him. And that's just that. And that's his reason for being at odds with those people. And he got the right to be at odds with them people. They was talking about him behind his back. Damn it, you could talk about their ass. Who cares?
But that's a lie too. I didn't go to him and say such and such talking about you or this person talking about you. That's a lie too. Most of the shit happened on live. And when the shit happened,
If we had something to say to him, we said it to his face.
I'll fuck it, man. Say
This reverse
What's
psychology,
keeping you from putting the names out there?
because it's the other people that's involved. She said that yesterday. It's not just about Peach.
because I was a friend to them too, and I knew them before
You
they
were.
met him.
Word is past tense. Let me help you understand something, Lav. Your friend was Peach.
Peach was never my friend, HB.
He had to be.
He
To have
wasn't.
to converse with your children, for you to confide in him about very personal things. It was no longer TikTok shit anymore. He was